Welcome back to the channel. This is the Purple Political Breakdown. Now that the election season is over, we can go back to focus on issues and solutions. Although I'm not satisfied with the election result, we have to move forward. We have to push forward. There are a few things to talk about before all the election conversations are over. And one of the things that I want to bring up is the fact that the left is self-destructing. It's really not a surprise. I'm not going to lie. The left, for some reason, has been so fractured for the long time now, where it's like you got more normal, more realistic Democrats and center left to just normal left individuals who are the majority of the Democratic Party, but you got a huge subsection of like progressive, woke, radical lefties that are unhinged. And even between those, there are subgroups that are infighting. And a lot of people are blaming a lot of different things for this election. I mean, we'll start off with this. Bernie Sanders had a letter. It's here. You get both pages. He said, "It should come as no great surprise that a Democratic Party which has abandoned working class people would find that the working class has abandoned them. First, it was the white working class. Now it is Latino and black workers as well. While the Democratic leadership defends the status quo, the American people are angry and want change, and they're right. Today, while the very rich are doing predominantly well, 60% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck, and we have more income and wealth inequality than ever before. Unbelievably, real inflation accounted for weekly wages for the average American worker are actually lower now than they were 50 years ago." He also says more. I'm not going to read the full thing, but you can read it right now. You can pause the video. And I'm going to say this. I think Bernie Sanders is bringing up a good point, but I do think it's a narrow view on why this happened. I do think people are dissatisfied. I do think that a lingering issue that I have been saying for a very, very long time is that the rich are getting richer and the poor are getting poorer. Now, the problem is not necessarily that the Democrats didn't. Well, let me put it like this. I do think the Democrats don't do enough. I don't think America does enough to fix and mediate this issue. However, in terms of the election, the feeling is there. The problem is that the reality of who can handle the situation better is objectively the Democrats. So I can't blame them for a solution that they put in place that is much more effective than Trump's solution and say it's because you don't care about people enough when you have another guy who cares about people less. The problem is that people don't understand politics. They don't understand the economy. Information and how it's getting to the people is the problem. Solutions can be made, but if they don't know what is going on and how it's happening, they're going to believe someone that they can resonate with a little bit more. Who can they resonate with more? A guy from television who took over under a booming economy and it just felt good when Donald Trump was president. It's simplistic, but it's how people think. So I think this is a little bit misguided, but this Bernie Sanders is not the only one who's trying to say that it's the Democratic Party's fault that Donald Trump won. Even Cenk, who was an avid supporter that Donald Trump sucks, was going against the Democratic Party again. Again, this is just a shallow mindset on what the actual issues were. Is the Democratic Party in America at fault for not fixing the wealth disparity issue and the potential corruption that the elites have? Sure. But the reality is that Donald Trump is even worse at that. He's going to put all his friends, so nepotism is going to be rampant. His tax plan benefits the rich more than it benefits the poor by a large margin. He's going to have his elites inside the government, elites that don't even have governmental experience. Like, Donald Trump is going to be worse at that. So blaming the Democratic Party is fine and all, but I still don't think populism is the answer. These more far left movements are trying to become a voice of reason, and if we go into a new era where it's the right is super populist and the left is super populist, then nobody's going to have faith in the government, and it's going to overshadow the real problems that are taking place, and the very smart and very rich people are going to take advantage of those situations. But of course, it wouldn't be a video if we don't bring up Hassan being dumb. Hassan is a freaking idiot, bro. He is also accusing the Dems for being problematic. He's saying the Dems are not radical enough. He's saying the Dems were adhering too much towards Republicans in the center. Like, this just doesn't help. It's ineffective. It never helped. I've never agreed with the woke left. I never liked the radical woke left. The only reason why I was such an adamant opposer to Trump, and it seemed like I was a Democrat, is because I think Trump is far worse than the woke left. But the woke left is also terrible. I also don't like them. So it's just infighting that doesn't create any level of unity and solutions. You can't just convince everybody to be radical, unhinged leftists like you and Cenk and Bernie. I'm sorry, we can't. That's not the way forward. That's just not gonna happen. We got more stuff which says Democrats in North Gaza, and this brings up the Palestinian conversation, because now people are saying, well, it's because you weren't pro-Palestinian enough, you weren't anti-Israel enough. It's like, maybe if you pro-Palestinians actually cared about Palestine, you wouldn't make it your mission not to vote at all, giving a chance for someone who is more pro-Israel than Kamala Harris. Put him in offense. That's stupid. It's ridiculous. It's so brain dead. It makes it seem like you guys are as delusional as MAGA. It's ridiculous, man. Sorry, MAGA. I just, I love to throw my shots, MAGA. You feel me? But yeah, the radical left is being unhinged right now. And this is the last post I'm going to show. I'm really just showing like what the left is just imploding on itself right now. I mean, even Brianna Wu is talking about some of the issues she's having with the woke left and the LGBTQ and the disconnect en route towards a better future without Donald Trump. So, hey, the left is imploding, and we got radical lefties on the pro-Palestinian side, on the populist side, and the very pro-black side, because I've been seeing that as well, calling out the Democrats and saying they're the problem, and then MAGA is just chilling under Donald Trump and just being blindly loyal and blindly supportive. Is this good for the country? I don't know, but I think at the very least that I'm going to still present issues in a informed and rational manner. I'm not going to fall into the MAGA, and I'm not going to fall into the woke left. I refuse. I will follow the values that I think makes the most sense, and I'll be talking about things that are in the betterment of the country and people I care about, because this craziness is not it, and we can't give up. We have to keep on pushing forward and talk about solutions. What is my solution in this video in particular? Well, my solution is ignore the woke left. You can't rationalize with delusion, and that's just the truth. Trying to rationalize with MAGA and trying to rationalize the woke left won't work. We need to push forward, and we need to create a new identity of rational beings discussing politics and expose the truth of how things really are. We need to present information more effectively, and we need to resonate with people more deliberately. And that starts at the individual level, the local level, and we're going to keep on going. It's time for a new space. It's time for a new ideology. So with that said, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed. You have a good one. Take care. Peace.